What's going on? Welcome. Good morning. Audio check. Audio check. All right, we're good to go. Hope you're all having a lovely morning so far. I'm feeling pretty good myself. Awesome. It's looking good. Test. All right, cool. We're good. Awesome. All right, well, welcome, guys. What is Magandang Umaga? I'm assuming that's good morning in Philippine or something. Magandang Umaga to you as well. Desire. What's going on, man? Welcome. Well, I hope you all had a decent day yesterday. Kind of seeing a lot of moves overnight. Very predictable price action. Donnie, what's going on? Good morning. Some really decent moves overnight, kind of as expected. Laid it out perfectly in my video I posted in Discord. Didn't play any though because this is the look. I mean, guys, this is the first week of the new year, of the new month. We have a lot of red folder events this week. Today we have a couple. We have JOLTS and ISM manufacturing PMI at 10 a.m. Going to be important. We have FOMC meeting minutes. That's going to be super important at 2 o'clock in the evening. So we'll see what the charts give us this morning. I'm not going to force anything this week because it usually takes about a week or two to kind of get back in the groove. Traders come back on the desk, come back from the holidays. But we'll see. Let's dive on into it. Take a look at the Dixie, take a look at the equities, commodities, and then round it up with some Forex. Looking at the Dixie, pretty simple, I guess, really simple right now, actually. You want to play price action as it is and not really try to predict things too much until it gives you a reason otherwise, right? And if you look at the Dixie here, we've been sitting in this range for a couple weeks. So we've been sitting in this range since beginning of December. So I guess actually a month. And, we've been knocking at this 105. Yesterday when we came up to 105 here, and then we had actually gapped down on the new session open here. I figured, look, we're most likely heading right back down to the bottom end of the range at 103. And that's what we're getting. So until it convinces us otherwise, we're going to play this Dixie range bound here from 103 to 105. And yeah, but do keep in mind that the relationship with Dixie right now is still a little disconnected. Right now, everything seems to care more about the rates than anything else. And the Dixie hasn't really moved. But super important to keep in mind, the bottom end of the range here at 103.5 is around a 5 or 6 year level back from 2016. That's where we had this nice rejection and a 15% drop from that area. Again, over in 2020, we've had that nice rejection and another 15% drop from that area. And now we're finding it as support. So you would think we should have a nice... That's why we're seeing it consolidate here, because it's respecting this 6 year level. And then we should, maybe then eventually we're accumulating to then squeeze back out and continue our ascent up, because we are maintaining, again, these higher lows dating back from May of 21. So just accumulating here, but I'd expect it to break to the upside eventually. But until it does and until it convinces me otherwise, we're going to play this range bound. And so looking at the Dixie today, sitting at some pretty strong support here that we've seen as a low of many days in this range here. So we found a low there. Maybe we either consolidate the lows here until we get the red folder events, or we start moving back up to fill some of this move here ahead of the event. But what I'd expect is the Dixie to probably not have much momentum in it either direction today, after we had that drop overnight and we have red folder events soon. So and plus it doesn't have much weight right now in the markets anyway, so that's that. Taking a look at equities, I was looking at we were briefly scanning the equities this morning to see which one kind of had a better setup. And kind of an agreement that the Nasdaq looks probably the best today for shorts. Looking at this overall area here, we've been again sitting in this range. We have the highs at 11,000, lows down here. We'll say, I guess the best lows to keep an eye out or keep an eye on are 10,008. And so looking at price action here, 10,970, pretty strong area that we find some resistance against. And when we hit this resistance here, we have typically a nice drop. We're hitting this resistance again, and it's printing a little bit of a head and shoulders here as well. So I would expect shorts here on the Nasdaq setting up pretty nice. And so ideally what we see here is I think that really for me, the best trade idea for this one's going to be like something like this. Because typically I look for an anticipated move. I'll add on the backside here. But the setup really doesn't have anything as far as an anticipatory move that I would want to trade here. So ideally we see a drop through 10,900. And then I'll look for a sell on the backside for a move back down towards 10,780. And then potentially we can break that low and head down towards 10,700, back towards the low of this range here. Really the only thing I want to see today, but I am keeping in mind that the rates are weak. And with the rates being weak, that's why we're seeing the equities somewhat elevated this morning. And so, if if the rates do remain weak, then the sells on the equities might not work out that well. And do keep in mind that with the red folder events later this morning, could get some consolidation ahead of that, but we'll see. Top of the morning. Good morning to you, William. Happy to have you here, dude. But yeah, so we'll kind of see what we get with the with that play there. Before I move on to commodities, Pablo, we got Pablo here with us today. I know you were looking at the NAS. Do you have any thoughts or ideas on it?
No, I was waiting on the same thing, just kind of for like the backside move. And yeah, so lately, how I go about my trading is I look at Dixie and I try to form a bias. But with Dixie being in this crazy range, I don't have a true bias. I'm gonna wait for a backside move. I'm gonna wait for a confirmation move before I enter any positions. So I would like to see a close below VWAP on on a 5 or 15-minute time frame, and start looking for to get on a backside position.
Yeah.
I will be targeting something like previous day lows. What was that? 10,765. And then see if I can get a move like that. Maybe something starts developing around 8, closer to 9. That's what I'll be looking at.
Yeah. No, I agree. Definitely could be looking for something closer to volume session, because there's no reason to, sometimes I look for moves early on and stuff, but there's no reason to really try to force trades or look for trades early, because we're day 2 into the new year. So volume's gonna be lighter anyway. So I agree. I'm with you on that one. I'll be waiting for a move later on in the day, but ideally we get that backside move. Again, even on the flip side, if the rates, I usually look at the Dixie as well to formulate a bias, but the Dixie hasn't really had much of an influence lately, so I've been kind of leaning more towards the rates on that in that aspect. And the rates are kind of in no man's land, going south. So if the rates, kind of being devil's advocate here, if the rates continue down, I'll probably expect long on the indices, even though I like the technical setup for the shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe you'll see kind of like some type of move where you see something like this, where you break through the high, get a retest of 940, and then you run back towards to fill some of this resistance here. So that's an idea I had on the upside as well. If that's what it decides to do, I guess. But not really going to just kind of react. I think I'm going to be more of a reactionary trader this week than an anticipatory trader because of it being so light on volume right now.
Yeah, this week's always a tough week to trade. There's a lot of red folders events. You get NFP, FOMC same week. It's just
yeah. I mean, you got the problem is when you when you have jolts, FOMC, and NFP all in the same week. It's like markets are tough to trade that week. But let's see. Taking a look at gold. I was looking for gold moves overnight. Didn't take it because I was looking at the 4-hour chart here, and I was like, I think though it'll go long, but with the 4-hour chart having wicks on the upper end and the bottom end here, I have no edge in this move here, so I'm just going to kind of wait for the morning session. And so it was clearly expected that we get a continuation long in gold because this 1832 we had closed above with some wicks to the upside, so we were looking for a continuation to the north because typically when you get that close above, you get that continuation north here. So that's what we expected. 1875 going to be the next area to keep an eye on. That's where we've topped out from these previous runs before out of this 1832 zone. So the Dixie and rates being weak gives me more of a bullish thesis on gold. So what I would like to see, because we've been maintaining bullish structure and we closed and broke out of this 1832 range, I want to see a continuation. What I'd like to see is maybe some type of retest towards 1850, this breakout area, which is also VWAP. And then I look for buys running through the highs today, maybe towards 1870, if we can get that momentum with us there. So that's going to be probably one of my main trade ideas of the day because it's probably the cleanest. Something like that.
Yeah, I'm looking for same exact thing. I was actually looking for some sales into VWAP to continue moving higher.
Yeah, I mean, sales look nice heading down into that.
Yeah, no, I almost took it too. I didn't have my software up, so I didn't take it. So now I'm just kind of waiting on it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that probably would have been. Yeah, those sales would have been real nice. But shit. Oh well, it is what it is.
No.
Are you gonna look for? Are you gonna look to catch longs of VWAP?
Yeah, probably.
See how it reacts.
Try to scale in on some longs.
Yeah,
like
right.
VWAP or 1850 area.
Yeah, 1850 VWAP. It's also the 50% retracement of this move from this morning here. So can get some nice basing action there. I like that. Keep an eye on that. Oil. Oh god, dude. So I talked about this on my Discord video that I posted yesterday, last night, and I talked about this trade here, and it was just clear as day that we were going to get a nice melt with oil in the overnight session. I didn't take it because I still, again, didn't trust the volume right now. But looking at technicals here, we broke through this consolidated high here yesterday, and we closed with a massive bearish engulfing below all of these wicks. So typically when you get a close like that, you get just a really nice continuation to the downside. And I talked about, I was like, look, if you don't want to take that anticipatory trade to the downside, maybe look for a wick up and then break the low, and you're good to go. And that's very clean, and it's running into the area that I wanted to see it run into, which is the 74 area. Previous support zone that we've seen here. If you would have taken that sell below the low of yesterday, clean as day, we kind of just broke through, retest, and then dumped from there. So very easy. That happened around midnight Eastern. So I was not up, but would have been a nice trade. And now we're heading back down again into this support area. Not sure I want to met. You know, I've gotten eaten up way too many times with oil. Not the thing how I trade oil is if I'm not trading with the trend, I just get fucked just way too many times. And I can typically trade against a trend in any other asset, but oil for some reason is not forgiving when it comes to trading against the trend. At least I've not mastered that with oil myself. So knowing that, I will not be longing oil, even though it's coming into a decent area of support potentially. What I'd rather wait for is some type of retracement towards VWAP around 76, and then continue with all these sellers that we've seen step into the market here. And then I'll look for a short back down, and we'll try to ride some of that move. I think it'll be a lot easier and more forgiving, kind of riding with the sellers right now. Personally, I mean, the last 2 days, you've seen some pretty strong selling action from 82. And last time we saw selling action from 82 was right in here. And we just saw continued selling down to 70. So that's something I'm going to be looking for as well. Very similar move. Any thoughts on oil, Pablo, that you're looking at?
I was just looking on sales.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can. I don't wanna catch or try to predict where this was gonna bounce.
Yeah.
So I've never been good at that. So I'd rather, if we do get like a bounce, I want continued sales just looks like the better idea. Right around that 76 area is where VWAP currently is at. I would like to see a deep retracement to that to see if we can continue moving down.
Yeah. Agreed. Dude, on just like a random note while I'm kind of flipping through commodities, have you seen Nat Gas? Nat Gas has just been getting obliterated here, and it's just broken. It's broken, and it's just insane.
Yeah.
I don't just thought that was interesting. I haven't looked at it in a little bit, and I happened to swing by it, and I was like, damn.
I haven't either, actually.
Thing's just broken. But yeah. Cool. Let's hop into currencies, ladies and gents. And see what we got, because I've mentioned in Discord that I think I've been doing a lot of back testing, and it seems that at the moment currencies are outperforming or trading a lot better and cleaner than the typical commodities and indices that I'll trade heavier on. I think that's mainly because the dollar has been dislocated with its relationship with the commodities and equities, which is typically how I trade. I look at the dollar, formulate a bias, and I'll look at the equities and commodities, and we'll kind of go from there. But the dollar hasn't really had much of an influence on that lately, which I think is why we're seeing more, I guess, better and cleaner moves in the currencies, because you can still use the Dixie to formulate a bias. So until I see that relationship come into play, I'm still going to trade those, but I'm going to probably rely heavier on currencies right now. So looking at pound yen, after I get a drink of water, looking at pound yen here, finding some decent support where we found some, I guess, rejection before at this 155.750 price point. That was a pivot back in May. You saw the nice bottom wick from yesterday. You saw a nice upper wick from yesterday as well. Current daily gave us a little bottom wick and started pushing up pretty strongly. Pretty much exactly what I was looking for was something like this, where you had, let me just draw a zone here. Rejected highs here. Wanted to see one more retest of 156.5. You got it. and then it started pushing up, broke through those highs, gave us a little support here at 157, 250, and now we're running up pretty heavily. So I don't know if I'll even be able to get a move in pound yen today because I've already missed the move. I mean, the move happened at really 7 a.m. was the perfect entry, right? Broke through the lows here, closed above with an exhaustion. I would have longed there for a nice push up. So ideally, 7 o'clock was the long opportunity, and now we would have already been about 38 pips in the money. So looking for a push into this exhaustion zone here where this wick is towards 158 even, and that would have given you around 70 pips to the upside. So really clean move. I don't know if I'll really have any trade idea on this because I wanted to see longs, and the long opportunity against this support here would have been just the most ideal scenario, and we already got that and I missed it. At this point, there's really nowhere else to trade it for me unless it sets up something else where maybe it continues, it finds support here at this breakout at 157, 650, and then we continue higher potentially, but that wouldn't happen for another couple hours probably. So pound yen, not really on my radar this morning because I already missed it. Pound USD, kind of in this dog shit range here. This 121 to 120 range. We've broke below it, reclaimed that range, and now we're sitting in here. So what I'd expect is maybe some type of retest the downside and then break to the upside because we did already break the low, close back above. There's a nice fake out. So typically we go in the opposite direction. So, I mean, looking at lower time frames here, pushing down into around 120 even, finding support here. Could be potential longs to then continue and break through these highs of 121, or at least retest the highs of 121. So that's probably going to be a trade idea I'll keep an eye on. Daily potential bullish engulfing after we had this breakdown here. So setting up for a potential decent swing in pound USD to the upside. We'd have to see it confirm on the daily though. We'll see. But as of right now, I'll set an alert for a potential retest for longs. Pound AUD move happened again overnight. Pretty much what I was looking for. And yeah, it's already come down to its support area of 175 even. Trade idea for this one would be, it's pretty simple. Look for a retest of this breakdown and then continued sells. Sitting right around the 38.2% retracement. So I'll just react to some type of pullback and then continued sells here. With that in mind as well, when we see price come down into this zone here, it's important to know how price reacts to certain, or I guess how the chart reacts to certain price points here, right? We react against here and continue higher, clearly, with a pretty strong move to the upside. We react here and continue higher. Decent retracement back towards 178. That's a couple day move. Right? We come up, we react here and have a pretty strong move in continuation. So it seems like anytime price comes down to 175 here, it's not like, oh, you see this retest and drop. You typically see some type of just continuation out of here. This is a pretty strong buying zone for pound AUD. If you look at the overall trend here, and we've been sitting in this consolidated trend here since October 6th. Larger trends, so definitely tradable. But considering how price reacts to this area, I mean, we've seen a steep drop here and then it rebounded. So I don't know, not really too excited about the potential short opportunity if I were to look for something like this, because there's not much more. There's really the potential to the downside, not much more than 175. So we'll see. We'll see. And I mean, it's still 100 pips, so it's nothing to sneeze at. So we'll play it by ear. I'll still set an alert. Still set an alert. All right. Euro JPY. Very similar situation to pound yen. Finding a lot of rejection and dip buying coming in at this 137.500. Saw some pretty extreme selling the last week. Hit pretty oversold level sitting at 15. And now we're seeing somewhat of a rebound. Didn't quite play out the way pound yen has yet, so I still have a potential long opportunity in this. If we can get a retracement towards 138.6, I'll look for longs for a continuation to fill this move from yesterday's overnight session back up into this liquidity wick here. 139, 800, 140 even. So potentially around 100 pips to the upside on Euro JPY. So this could be one of the main things I'm watching today to see if we can get that retest.
Actually, I like that a lot. I don't even trade it.
Really?
But I'm gonna add an alert.
Yeah. Man, Paulo, it's been a while since we traded currency, isn't it?
It's been a long time, actually. I think the only one I've traded was like maybe GJ.
Yes.
Recently, but not a lot.
Yeah. All right. Euro JPY. We got our alert set. AUD USD. Coming into this resistance here. Pretty strong. I mean, this move from this bearish close to just an extreme bullish breakout. A lot of buyers in here. So what, I mean, you have this recent trend line that we broke through, came back to retest, but then busted right through. So this was a nice just liquidity grab. So I feel like we have more potential to the upside with AUD USD. If it comes down to retest 168, 100, then I'll look for potential longs, because that's where we had some previous resistance as well, and that's where we broke out from. That's where VWAP's sitting. That's where this liquidity is sitting. So 168, 100 would be a decent long idea for a continuation. It seems like across the board in currencies today, it's telling me that we're seeing some strength against the dollar. So AUD stronger than the US dollar, pound stronger than the US dollar against the CAD dropping, so CAD stronger than the US dollar. So you're kind of seeing a trend here to where maybe we see the US dollar maintaining its range today. So these can then play out. So we'll add an alert on AUD USD towards VWAP. I think that'll be my main trade of the day. ADGPY has been tearing from this 87.5, not even looking back. So if I can get some type of retracement on this one, maybe I'll potentially look for longs to continue with the trend here. VWAP sitting right around 89.2. Decent retest area for longs. Sitting at a steady 81 overbought on the 30 minutes. So I think it's likely that we could see a pullback here, and that will get in line with our AUD USD pullback for longs. AUD JPY could give us a pullback towards 89.2 and look for longs on a retest here for then a continuation, kind of similar to AUD USD move. So
Gold just decided to drop today without me.
yep,
That was my own
that
fault.
was a nice short. That was a really nice short.
Yeah.
Oh. Still catches the long side. It seems like I have a bias across the board here. I have gold longs, which means that typically you'd look for a weaker Dixie. I'm looking for AUD USD longs, which is a weaker Dixie. I'm looking for pound USD longs, weaker Dixie. I'm looking for, others. So it just seems like the trend here is I'm looking for the Dixie to really just remain weak, at least for today. So
dropping like this,
right?
I'm so mad right now.
I know, dude. That would have been a nice show. So the short opportunity was 50 pips now in the money.
Yeah, I would have closed out already. Probably.
I probably would have been, getting around closing out. 50 pips, not bad.
No.
Damn.
I'm actually thinking of shorting, of sells to buy some AU.
AU. Oh, yeah. That's very similar to what we just saw with gold.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, actually.
I don't know if my entry already happened or not, but
I'm gonna wait for this hourly to close in 19 minutes, and then I'm gonna get an entry if I can. 2 hour looks nice. Yeah.
I like the 30-minute. I like
Yeah.
we had this last 30-minute candle with the down closing below this little range, this little 2-3 hour range.
Yep.
And then I would have liked to have an entry on the wick of this current 30-minute candle.
Right.
And continue moving down.
I like that.
But I wasn't looking at it, so
AU moves very slow, so it's likely that we can get another retest of where you're looking to get in with it still going in the same direction. That's what I'm looking for, at least.
Let's see. Do I even have this on my MT4?
You use MT4?
MT5.
I was gonna say, what are you, in the dinosaur age?
Nah, I love MT5, man.
Ever since I switched to MT5, I will not use MT4. I refuse to. It's like the Rolls Royce of meta traders. Filipina trader, Desire, Donnie, Will. What are you guys looking at today? What are you guys looking at?
Desire asks what your stop loss for gold long would be.
Oh, forgot I haven't even looked at that. I was so distracted. So it's gonna be tough. We'll see. So here's how I'm gonna play this one, Desire. I played a little differently. So as gold comes into one, or I guess 1849 900, I'm gonna take a long, and initially my stop loss will be below, let's say 1845 initially, because I'm going to be half size. Then once we get some type of support being found here at 1850, and we see, let's say we see a bullish candlestick, it closes bullish, we get a wick, and then I'm going to add on a confirmation and a close. Then I'll move both my stop losses right below that structure, so around 1848. So my first entry stop loss will be around 1845, but ultimately, once I'm in full position, it'll be right around 1848, because then we'll have a confirmed higher low above this resistance here, and we should be good to go. So if you let me know if you understood that. I can try to explain it a different way if not. Just waiting for an opportunity. GJ Long. Nice. Okay. I assume you'll be looking for like a 157 300 retest or something. Longs in here maybe. Croc Spy and Terra Resources Walmart. Nice. Not much of a stock trader myself, but are you a day trader, Will? William? Looking day traders? Yeah, and long for Netflix. Nice. See what gold's up to. All right, things are starting to set up. We'll see. Oh, man.
What time is Joel's? 10?
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
Looking at NASDAQ now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Current 5-minute starting to close below VWAP. I want to see how this 15-minute candle closes.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I could probably start entertaining some sales.
30-minute looks really nice. Like 30 minutes, probably my favorite time frame on this setup here.
Yes,
You got
I see it.
breaking below here. You got that wick up of this resistance here. So if in the next like 10 minutes, if it closes below, because where this wick rejected before, then that's below VWAP. Maybe we get a wick in the VWAP short and then look for the dump there. So that's probably what I'm looking for.
That's what I'm thinking too. That's why I am waiting for this 15 minutes.
Yeah, I like that.
And ends up.
Very nice. Doo-doo.
So you see how gold just kind of fell off?
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes, like not like a lot of times, these moves happen and then you don't get an entry just because there's so much momentum behind it.
Yep.
I'm thinking of like scaling in at that drop, like on the 15-minute chart. Once this 15-minute candle at 7:15 started closing below 1858-ish.
Yeah.
To put an order in, like, just a partial position. Start scaling in there. And trade the move down. And then when we get a retest, scale in another partial. Just so that if a move like this happens and we don't get a retest, I'm still able to catch it.
So you're looking for shorts?
No, I mean, yeah, obviously this is more like hindsight.
Oh,
like
what you would have done. Gotcha.
How
Yeah,
I could have entered this trade without missing out on it.
Yep, that makes sense.
That's what I'm thinking. And like, because most of my trades are like kind of like a break and retest type trades. I want to add just like another entry where it's like a momentum break.
Yeah.
Type. Obviously I'm not gonna go full size on it, and it's just like maybe just so I don't get FOMO. I'm not sure, but
I'm with
kind
you.
of like a Raja entry. I feel like I saw him. He posted his trade from yesterday. He had longs on gold during London.
I saw that. That's right.
And I saw that, and I was like, it actually, like, there's structure there. You get you have a low, then you have a higher low, and then he entered right at the breakout, and I'm
Yep.
like, that makes sense to me. And it was enough where, like, he cut the move up. And on those type of moves, there was no retest. So I know I wouldn't have gotten that trade in. Just like this morning on gold, as I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, we're breaking below. I would like to enter in a retest, and we're not gonna get a retest.
Yep.
So even if, like, I'm not full size, I can get some type of entry there. What do you guys rate longs for UJ at 130?
Um, longs at 130. Here's my problem with UJ, right? Because I would normally say, I think the Dixie's good for a bounce where it's at. And it's good to go. I mean, look, this level here that we're sitting at, this could be like 130, 700 area. I mean, look, it's a good area of support, right? You have support here in August. You had resistance here in April, the double top. That's where we found this wick from the Bank of Japan drop here when they came out and talked about their monetary policy. It's where it stopped. That's where we now are sitting at now. So I think it's a good long. I like the longs. Maybe I just have been, I've been a little early because the last couple of days I've been looking for longs. And I guess in fairness, I had to base and kind of hang out here and react here a little bit. So, with that, that aside and that being said, I mean, the Dixie's at a 6-year support and it's looking for a good long. USD JPY, I like for the longs. We had a wick below here, had a higher wick here, and it seems like it's starting to base, similar to something we've seen in this area before. So if I were to long UJ, it would be where it's at because it's really the most important level. If we start dropping below and losing this 130, 131, then I think we're in for a deeper pullback. So I mean, I like the longs here. What do you think, Pablo?
Yeah. Just looking at this 30-minute chart, I'm like 130, 500.
130,
I
500.
think,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
130, 15 is what my eyes will be. I just looking for these longs. Um, the 4 hour, we have a bearish wick to the downside, and the current 4 hour, we're starting pushing up. So I like that, how that's setting up.
Yep.
And you can see on the hourly, this big wick to the downside, and the candle ended up closing strong bullish. Right now, we continue moving up. So I think we can get a retest of this, this 130, 500-ish, which I've never used VWAP for currencies up until now just because it's on my charts for everything else. But VWAP just happened to be there. So if I was trading this, like I was trading like a commodity or indices, I'll be looking for a retest and continue moving up.
Yeah, perfect. I like that too. Looks nice. Very nice. Let's see. Yeah, see that Nas. Burr.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm looking at.
30-minute, leaving that like fucking twin tower of wicks.
Yeah, the 5 minute looks decent, but I don't trust it.
The 30-minute closes like this, I would not like it at all, personally.
Mm-hmm.
But minute and a half, we'll see. Gold's heading down. Let's see.
Yeah, I think Tyler was looking for GU longs too. I haven't really looked at it honestly, but
Yeah.
let's see.
If
But I
my
think that
chart.
was like kind of like the bias between all of them. It's like looking
Right.
for longs, a weaker Dixie.
My chart doesn't. The only chart that doesn't want to load for me is GU. So sorry, Desire. There we go. Yeah, GU does look good for longs. Here's what I'm looking at for that Desire. Yesterday came into a strong area of liquidity where we found a lot of dip buying, a lot of rejection before, and we left a exhaustion wick. And now, if you look at the 4-hour chart or the 1-hour chart, whatever chart, we were sitting in this consolidation period here. We dumped below, reclaimed this consolidation, and we retested the upper end of the consolidation here. So now what I want to see is typically when you get a move below accumulation, so you get a move below consolidation and then it closes back above, this is a fake out and we're most likely going to continue on up. And so what I was looking for, because we're seeing a lot of exhaustion wicks in the 1 hour here, is I was looking for some type of retracement to retest this breakout, to retest this support level, and then continue higher. So I like the GU longs, just not yet personally. But we'll see. Oh, man.
Yeah, this 30-minute close on NASDAQ. I don't really like it.
Nah, not a fan. Not a fan. 15-minute close is ugly too. Yeah.
Yeah. There's something fell in my house, so give me a second.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I have no idea what that was, but I guess it can wait.
That's nice. Euro JPY. All right, let's see.
My headphones died.
Ah, you hit stop
It's,
loss.
it's all good. I'm looking at AU. I'm thinking about shorting AU.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for. There we
Yeah,
go.
I
Hell
think
yeah.
yeah, I think I'll put position on.
I like that. All right, I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah, I'll put a little position there. Let's see how that works out. It's the first couple minutes of the new hourly candle, so hopefully this is just a liquidity grab, and then we end up turning bearish
Right.
and keep moving to the downside. Let's see.
No, Euro JPY. No. I didn't get my entry yet. Oh, dude. My arm was just stuck to the chair because the tattoo's like pussing now.
Hmm.
uh, Your JPY is gonna do me like that.
All right, boom. I'm gonna let it do its thing.
Damn, dude, your JPY is literally not going to give me that entry I wanted. I was like a pip away from entering, and I just ah.
You know what's funny? I had an alert there, and it came. I'll tell you, 1.4 pips away from my alert getting triggered.
It literally like the bot that triggered mine, and I didn't get in. Fucking.
Damn, that bounce was nice.
For what?
EJ.
Oh, I know, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Uh,
You got GU starting to roll over.
yeah, I was looking at that.
Um, Euro. And now I just need AU to roll over to stop playing with me.
Right. Damn, dude. EJ, you fucking motherfucker. From where the alert triggered to get in, I'd be I'd speed. Fucking. All right, AU, your turn.
Mm-hmm. We have the same exact trade idea. So I'm in, my stops is above the hourly.
That's where
Uh,
mine's at.
I was just looking at your thing. I was like, that's funny. Um, yeah.
I did it based off the 15-minute, but it was like kind of with the idea of the hourly as well.
Yeah, yeah, nah. So I did it based off of the 5 minute structure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see it get past there
Yeah.
at all. But um I don't know if you do this, but I do this thing. So the hourly candle, you see on a candle like that, where it's like a very strong full candle it doesn't matter whether it's bearish or bullish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you see how like inside that candle we have that downside structure that's somewhat clean.
Yep.
When I see a candle like that, I enter on a retracement of 50%. If obviously with good context.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so you'll see like a 50% retracement to it often, and then you can start expecting or you can predict price to
Hmm.
start falling down from there.
Mine's right near that. That's interesting. Yeah, look at that. I
Yeah,
like that entry. It's a good entry.
yeah. I back test that a lot. Like I do that sometimes on like hourly candles or 30-minute candles, but obviously context has to be there. It can't be any random anything.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Huh. Nice. A
I like
five
this
minute bearish
15-minute
engulfing.
close on AU.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I just got an alert for GJ. 15-minute close on AU, the wick on top, and then I think we can.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I like the
AU. The
30-minute.
5 minute structure is nice too.
Yeah.
Came back
Yeah.
up to retest this breakdown here. Bearish engulfing. Wick retest. Dude, this thing should dump now.
Yeah. The 30-minute, I think I would love to see the 30-minute turn bearish and then we start falling down.
Yep.
That's what I'm looking at. But GJ, let me see. Boom. Okay. I wouldn't mind longs on GJ, but I would need to see a little bit lower prices.
Yeah, so would I. NASDAQ.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So I was gonna kind of talk about this earlier, just for like the people in the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Is that obviously we didn't take this Nasdaq long, and we were talking about how we want to see the closure below VWAP on like a 15-minute, 30-minute, right? And that's just gonna show like strong bearish moves to the downside. The thing is, without that closure, I thought that price could maybe come up and take out these 5-minute highs, this relative equal highs at like 10,940.
Right.
It just shows like it shows support being made at VWAP.
Yeah, right. Because if you look at like how price react, it's always like how does price react similar, or I guess how does the market react to similar price points? It's very similar here where you have the push below VWAP back above, and then we push up to 940. Kind of similar scenario here is we broke below, came back above, and pushed to 1040. And if you look at like the 30 minute, which is why I wanted to see that 30-minute close below. is because you had the same thing as you came below, but buyers came in and pushed it back up. Came below, buyers came in, so you'd expected price to push back up. So you got to pay attention, to how price reacts around areas, and how where buyers and sellers at, and clearly in this area around VWAP, we're in this range here, and we could have went right back up. So
Yeah. I feel like trading is a lot of like, there's this stock trader I used to follow. He used to say this a lot, and it's like one of the few things that kind of stuck with me. And it's a lot of if then scenarios. If price does this, then
yeah,
I do this. And it's not like, oh, I think the price is going to do this, so I'm going to enter here. Because a lot of times doing a bunch of predicting, it can really fuck you.
yeah,
But if more of like a reactionary trader instead of a predictive trader. So if this happens, then I will do this.
yep,
And I thought this was a perfect example of that, of if we get that candle close at this price point, then I will look for sells. Um,
yeah, 100 exactly.
yeah. And this is pushing crazy right now.
Yeah, right.
So it's like
Oh, it's
from
8:20. I didn't
that,
even realize Chemex Open was here. What's gold doing? No, nothing.
haven't even looked at it. Let's see.
Nothing. In that range, 5-minute range.
I wouldn't want to see AU just on the 5-minute chart. I wouldn't want to see a bullish close above this previous 5-minute high.
Right. Agreed.
At the same time, we have these other like XXX USD currencies pushing higher.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Oh man, let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna go for a long on Euro JPY. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go.
Gold is moving up now.
Oh, fuck. I knew I wasn't gonna get what I wanted.
Yeah.
Damn, Nasdaq's ripping.
Yeah. You said you entered
EJ.
EJ.
Yeah.
Mm. Damn, gold is ripping.
Is it? Fuck. Ah, damn it. All right, fucker. Desire long 1853.55.
What?
Damn. Okay. Desire.
Long gold 1853.
Damn. Desire.
Let's see.
Shit. Oh my god. Desire, you're fucking. That was a hoss entry. Wow, that's amazing. Good job, dude. Up 55 pips. Yeah. Oh my god. Wow. Good stuff, dude. If I can just get Euro JPY to get going here, that'd be just real nice.
Why do you long there this high?
For Euro JPY?
No, gold. No, this I'm asking this high. Why he long gold there?
That's what I'm wondering. Didn't give me an entry. Desire, what was your setup? Hmm. Wow. Dude, probably that tattoo yesterday hurt. Like, it was the worst one I've ever had. It fucking hurt so bad.
Really?
It hurt so bad.
Where was it? The forum, right?
It's right here.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, dude, this thing hurts so bad. It's
It
like,
wasn't the
it's
other.
red and swollen still.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that, bro.
What?
It'll be like that. It,
None of my other
it
ones
doesn't
were red or swollen.
really.
Yeah, this is the only one that did that. But he said it might because of the spot it's in.
Yeah, I know the elbow's a rough spot to
Dude,
get
the
cut
elbow
at.
was brutal.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, it sucked. Getting a sleeve now. Yeah, I'm almost there. So I've got like around. So I got the patchwork almost done. If you can see the camera, I don't even know if you can or not, but I got the patchwork almost done. He's finishing a couple other pieces in 2 weeks, and then in a month he's going to finish the filler, and then I'll have the sleeve done. I'm just trying to get more I'm trying to catch up to Pablo.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some more too, but
Yeah, tatted trader.
it's just like an addiction. I don't know.
It is. Once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah. I closed some of my AU.
Yeah. I like the Euro JPY 15-minute close and the 30-minute close. Oh, nice. Damn, dude, gold, man. Ah, it's a killer.
So Euro JPY. Okay, I see it.
Yeah. Euro JPY. It's a bitch.
Yeah, I definitely want to do a better job at getting these momentum entries like on those goal sales earlier.
Yeah,
Like
right.
it was just too much of a layup to miss.
Those gold
And
cells are fucking nice.
I can start hitting those with like small size just so I can start getting used to them. But I don't want to miss entries like that.
Yep. Agreed.
You get a high, you already have your bias looking for some sales. You have a nice high, you get a lower high, and then you're just waiting for the breakdown. And I can scale in an entry on that anticipation.
Damn, yeah.
I used 1 minute chart. 1 minute chart. Ooh.
All right, Desire. We're gonna have a talk about that at 3 o'clock during our meeting.
See the constellation. I also used, I don't know what stochastic is. So
It's like it's somewhat of RS. It's similar to RSI.
okay. It was oversold. Was overbought.
All right, we're going to talk about
Underbought.
that, Desire, because I'm going to be honest with you. I think this move here, you got a little lucky because it's COMEX open. Now, look, luck is part of the game. I mean, it is what it is. But we're going to talk about that at 3 o'clock because I'm going to want to go in more in depth in what you're talking about. Because, I mean, that wasn't. I mean, that's a. I mean, looking at it, it's a great entry, obviously, but it wasn't. It wasn't a smart entry.
I want to talk about this AU trade real quick. So obviously I'm out. But I managed my risk, so my um stop my loss was like very minimal. So on the 15-minute and the 30-minute, you see the closures.
Mm-hmm.
We have a 30-minute close that was strong bullish, and then we also have um other USD pairs pushing higher. So you got GU, you got EU, all of them pushing higher, and then you have USD JPY pushing lower, and it looked like somewhat strong. So once on AU, let me go back to AU on my chart. Once AU's on the 30-minute, that the current 30-minute closed above the previous 30-minute, I end up closing most of my position just to be safe. If price ended up coming my way, back my way, then I would have been okay with it, and it gave me another entry where I can scale in another position. That's fine. but I feel like risk management is important, and you should be able to read where price might be heading your way, and you might or where you might be wrong in a trade idea.
Right. Right.
So I don't know if people got that what I was trying to say, but you're still in the trade, but you see like that's like a pip away
I
from
know. I
yeah.
know.
So that was lit. So I would like it tapped my stop loss, but I had already closed out some of my position.
Yeah.
So it wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah. Markets are ugly.
Bro, this bullish move was insane. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. It was like green candle after green candle after green candle.
It's just the 1 minute. You look at the 1 minute. I'm
Yeah, no,
like,
that's what I was looking at. That's what I was looking
it's
at.
stupid. All right, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up here because I don't foresee myself doing much more today. Euro GPY just kind of chilling. Seeing a lot of exhaustion in this area here, so I'm okay with it. I still think it'll go up. Just got to be patient on this one. Didn't miss mentoring gold. Didn't have anything in NAS. It kind of just looks like it might chop around for the rest of the day until maybe 10 o'clock at least, which is when we have the red folder events. So I'm just gonna chill. Come back on at 10 o'clock and kind of see what we got going on. But I appreciate everybody hopping in. Will, Orner, Donnie, Fam, Desire, Rob, Roberto. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
See ya.
Have a good one, guys.